YouTube! Welcome to another video! Today we're watching USA States Explained Part 1 by Geopold. You guys, I know that a lot of you are American. So I want to know more about the US states. And yeah, let's go into it. Let's go!
America, the land of freedom, fast food, highways, oil, eagles, and you know those fun, wholesome, harmless steel devices. Obviously, I'm talking about cars, which you can use to travel from one state to another, of which there are 50 spanning 6 time zones, 4 million miles of road, and 200,000 fast food restaurants. Well, today we're going to be going through...
Dude, American fast food intrigues me a lot. I wanna try that so bad.
Those states one by one and ranking them all on this beautiful tier list. Little disclaimer, this video is going to be in 2 parts because I want to make sure I actually talk about every state and not rush any essential analysis, maybe with the exception of South Dakota. Yeah, anyway, the one unified video would just be far too long for some of you guys' attention spans. I would have to start incorporating some Subway Surfers gameplay. You get the idea.
It's okay, that's why I'm here to stop every few seconds.
Our first state up is Florida, the ancestral lands of the world famous Florida man, the shining beacon of freedom, the mecca for redneck hillbillies and Disney adults alike. Hear me out right, these guys have to get an honorary S. Out of respect.
Yeah, Charlie is my favorite Florida man.
Because this state is truly the pinnacle of America. Everything they stand for, everything they fantasize about, other states could only dream about the simply humongous amount of soulless corporate slop malls.
What the heck? 10,000 malls? Wait, how big is Florida? I don't think that many malls are in like all of Germany or maybe all of Europe.
Gigantic, colossal, nauseating suburbs this world has ever seen. The sheer lack of any minorly usable public transport. The fucking highway systems. Oh my god, it's enough to make President Truman ascend into the clouds. Just look at
that's freaking insane. What the heck?
This shit. That's a 2-hour drive, bro.
Oh, Florida has a 10-hour drive from the furthest south to the furthest north. Half the size of Germany. Okay, 10,000 miles is a lot. What the heck?
Only in Florida. That's right, we only use boats to suspiciously traffic that one specific sugary, energizing, addicting substance into Miami. Hell yeah. Woo! I'm talking about Coca-Cola. Obviously, I'm talking about Coca-Cola. I mean, almost...
Oh my god, it's what was his name? Big Chuck? Big Chuck, I think. Almost 70. Wait, what? Almost 70% of Florida residents drink Coca-Cola daily? Badland Chugs. It's Badland Chugs. Dude, 70%? Are you serious? No way. No way. That's insane. Yep, can confirm.
70% of Florida residents drink Coca-Cola daily. What the Nah, these guys have to get an S. It's unnegotiable. Next.
Wasn't Florida actually like swamplands? I've heard that before. That it's like actually built on swamplands, or was that a different state? Maybe he's gonna talk about it. That's insane. That's insane. Mid Monkey Cola. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like cola as well, but I don't drink Coca-Cola every day. And if I drink Coke, it's always like Coke Zero. Cause I'm not a big fan of like, wait, what the fuck? Why is my mom sending me a video of myself called the toilet was, wait, why is my mom's Wait. My mom sent me a video of myself called the toilet was overflowing. Wait, that was a reaction to daily. Wait. I need to. What? Why did she send me that? Okay, I don't know. She just okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
Up Georgia, man, what can I say? King Carly, UFC, Stalin, Skibbity Toilet. These guys
Oh
are
my God.
seriously producing
No, isn't that the other Georgia? This flag. I'm so confused about Georgia.
some of the best contributions to our world today. Wait, hold up. Oh, no. 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 Yeah, this state is just mid, honestly. They got one of the world's worst managed urban sprawls. But I'm gonna bump them up because of this sheer megalith of music to come out of this state. Anyone from Ray Charles to Gucci Mane, I'm almost certain your favorite music legitimately wouldn't exist without the influence of this one ugly American city. Also, peaches. You know a state's gonna be amazing when their entire pride is based around one fruit that they're okay at growing.
Oh my god, but like that's a big thing in Japan as well. Like every prefecture in Japan has like their own signature fruit.
How that peach cobbler tasting?
Peach
It's
cobbler.
alright. I had better at the school cafeteria.
Oh
They can
my
get
god.
a medium C out of respect. Man, South Carolina is just like Georgia, but without any of the redeeming qualities that Georgia has. Their biggest city has 150,000 people.
Wait, that's tiny.
Oh, hell nah, bro. What the? I was trying to find a reason not to put you guys in D. So I looked up things South Carolina's known for. Comes up with the city of Columbia. You guys find me one person who hears the word Columbia and thinks of South Carolina. Bro, Columbia, British Columbia, Columbus, Christopher Columbus, District of Columbia, the fucking Coke brand. Ain't no one thinking about South Carolina, bro. Sorry to break it to you.
I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have thought about it either. I didn't know the city exists, so I'm gonna be honest. There's nothing in South Carolina. If anyone from South Carolina is watching this, can you approve or can you or do you disapprove of this statement?
I really got no reason to put South Carolina any higher than E. Sorry,
Oh
guys.
my
On the
God.
other hand, North Carolina. This is
It's not F though. It's not terrible, I guess.
the cool sibling. This is the well-fed sibling. This is the only sibling worth giving a fucking visit. And let's be real here. This is the good ending. Anyway, North Carolina. It's in the top 10 states for population. They got a diverse natural landscape and a diverse economy. It birthed the aeroplane, Pepsi, Krispy Kreme.
Pepsi! Oh, dude, Krispy Kreme. I want to try those so bad.
Mini golf, Fred Durst, the
is
machine
that?
gun. Wow, what a breathtaking fleet of goddamn American innovations, man. I never thought I'd do this, but I think I'm willing to put one of the Carolinas in A, you know. Now, Virginia. I don't know, man. All that comes to mind is the Appalachian Mountains. So,
Wait, but isn't there? Yeah, there's Virginia and West Virginia. But why isn't Virginia called East Virginia? Huh. Also, hello Zerain and hello. Wait, who just joined in? I saw it. Hello Jake. Hello. Also, hello Usagi.
now from my
Me in Appalachia getting, what does that mean? Got it? By an eldritch horror beyond human comprehension. The random hillbilly who have warned me hours earlier to not go wandering in the woods. Okay.
understanding, Virginia is split into a few subdivisions. To the west, you got. To the north, you got people that get that DC money, use that DC
Oh my
metro,
God.
pay them DC taxes, but also get really, really offended if you refer to them as being from DC, not Northern Virginia. And then you got the southeast, which is just frat bros and sparkly teeth, spray tanned Jersey construction trash. I'm feeling a D. Maryland. I gotta give these guys credit where credit's due. They did name themselves after one of the greatest confectionery items ever created.
Wait, that's That's freaking awesome.
Respect that. Now, this is a pretty small state, so I'm gonna end up basing 100% of my analysis off of Baltimore. And man, what a city. Baltimore, despite being a relatively small, seriously mid city, manages to somehow constantly remain relevant in the world. Be that through violent fatal bridge collapses, or famous TV shows, or that fucking accent, bruh. Plus, I gotta give them some points for being one of the few American states with a half decent flag. But that being said,
Is it though? Is it though?
for being one of the few American states with a half decent flag.
I don't think I agree with that. Well, I don't know, man. I kind of like it. I'm not sure. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Excuse me, what? I'm sorry. Listen. I feel like I don't know. I like the shapes, but I'm not a big fan of the color combinations personally. I feel kind of mixed too.
But that being said, I think you guys are being hella greedy, right? Give this bit of land to West.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, it is still for a state. It's not for a country, so I guess it's all right. I don't know.
Virginia, man. God knows they need it. For now, I'm gonna give them an E, but you know, I might bump it up depending on how many angry Baltimoreans I get in the comments.
Oh no!
Now, Delaware. Hey, I got nothing bad to say about Delaware, yo. Please, someone.
I like this flag. I don't know. Is that maybe it's not a good flag design, but I like the it looks so vintage. Does that make sense to say? I mean, it's obviously old. It looks like it's 1787, okay? But I don't know, I just like the little illustration on there. I'm not sure. Is that silly? Maybe a little.
Hook me up with that Delaware tax status, man. Yo, I'ma represent you guys. I just want that. Now, really though, the only thing Delaware has going for it is its tax status and its OG status. And I mean real OG status.
Oh, that's why they put it on the flag as well. That's so silly. Oh, bye, Nidhogger. Oh, good. Have fun. That sounds awesome.
For my Brits, imagine the Guernsey of America. For my Europeans, imagine the Monaco of America. You get the deal. There's a lot of Delawareans with this fit and this type of humor.
Oh, that's cute. Dude, the laugh. That's the laughter of money. Do you know what the first American colony is? I don't know. I'm not good at history, I'll be honest.
New Jersey.
This looks fucking beautiful. The hell is this? This is fucking Bayonne, New Jersey.
What?
On the water in Bayonne. Look at this on the water in Bayonne.
Now, yeah, it might be one of the ugliest places on the face of planet Earth. Yes, they might all leech off New York's economy and then beat you to a pulp if you slightly insinuate that they even resemble a New Yorker. But look, man, I watched too much Sopranos to not give Jersey at least a C.
How about that prick's face when he saw the gat?
This show has had so much of an impact on me that I was in Italy calling any cut of meat I saw gabagool. I quite possibly unknowingly created a few lifelong nemesises with that. But whatever. New Jersey's getting a high D or a low C. I don't care. One thing I do care about though is how Italians view me. So I'm not gonna lie, the gabagool situation did embarrass me a little bit. If you want to travel or meet people with interesting other cultures and you don't want them to hate you like they hated me, you should definitely consider learning the language. That's where italki comes in. Using this online language learning platform, you can take personalized one-on-one lessons with native speaking teachers anytime, anywhere. Because it's just you and the teacher, you will really focus on your speaking and listening, more conversational skills, which will increase your confidence through actual interactions. For me, that's about 10,000% more useful than what I get out of conventional lessons. When I took language classes in school, I genuinely didn't gain gain any useful
I love
conversational
learning
skills. But 30
languages.
minutes on italki with my teacher, and I already had the basic phrases down.
Buonanotte, that means good night. And you may use also buonasera. So the informal one would be come stai, and the formal one come sta.
If you want to find a mentor that's a good match for you, just like I did, there's over 30,000 teachers and you can find the perfect one through some easy filtering. And best of all, with italki, you can pay for each lesson individually. There's no subscriptions and lessons are priced from only $5. You get 3 trial lessons which are refundable, so there's no financial risk involved. Start your language learning journey now with the link
Maybe
below
I
in the
should-
description. And don't forget, use
Maybe
that
I should start teaching languages, guys. One day, maybe you can find me on this website. I bet they don't have any VTubers yet. Okay, yeah. The link is in his description. It's in my description. Wait. The link to the video is in my description, and this link is in his description. Okay, there you go. If you're interested, yeah.
that promo code Geopold05. This gives the first 50 users an extra $5 when they make their first purchase of $10 or more. So be quick, sign up now. Pennsylvania. So Philly is in.
Why not? VTuber. Why is VTuber teacher not a good idea? I can teach you a bunch of languages.
In my opinion, one of North America's best cities. Okay.
What the fuck? Okay, after further research, I can confirm that that was completely incorrect, and I do not stand by that statement. But but this next bit still kind of stands anyway. Okay.
Surprisingly good city planning, public transport, and greenery for an American city. Maybe because it was founded, designed, and
pretty.
built by Europeans.
I was gonna say that it looks European. That looks like Germany. That's kind of insane. If there weren't the American flags, and I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess it's just pathways, but it does look kinda German.
American city, maybe because it was founded, designed, and built by Europeans. Either way, this city is home to Frank, okay? Also,
Frank?
Philly cheesesteak, or also this guy.
What you doing, dickhead?
I know Philly. Wait, what is it called? We have that at Subway. Like the sandwich store. Like Philly, what was it called? Philly cheese beef, I think. I think I've had that and it was good.
Dickhead.
Philly cheese steak? Maybe that. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yo.
So look, if we're basing Pennsylvania's rating off Philly alone, we could be looking at S. But unfortunately, I gotta take into account. My theory is, because Pennsylvania is so unnecessarily big, they got 20 million fucking people.
Dude.
They just exist as their own thing, and therefore develop their own deep south, and it's west of the state, which is fucking off the rails, bro. It's straight up a stronghold of redneckness, a slice of Alabama in the north of the US, where you can find moonshine flowing, guns toting, money owing, corn growing, patriotism showing, truck towing, lawn mowing, dinghy rowing, church going, crop sowing, eagle crowing Americans. A tier. New York. Now, I've already talked about New York too much.
What the fuck? Why is it? Central Philadelphia is crazy. You know, if you think about like such a big part of the US, how do you say like, not like, how do you say that? Like, if you look at the states, there's like a huge part, like the US is huge, right? So there's like a lot of parts where not a lot of people live, or a lot of parts are like more in the countryside, right? So I guess that's a whole different culture in and of itself, right?
This channel, so I won't bang on about it for too long. But importantly, in this state exists the biggest city in America. One of the most powerful, most important mega cities in the world. A magical place where dudes like this and dudes like this can peacefully coexist on the same train home.
No way. You guys, people say Frankfurt is like the New York of Germany, and I think I know what they mean by that. Yeah, low population density in some places. Yeah, that's what I meant.
A beacon of humanity, a role model to every other Western city.
What the fuck?
Yo, what the hell is wrong with you? No Diddy! What the hell? You just kissing random people?
Why did he get kissed?
You ain't paying your rent.
Why is he? What the fuck?
When I walked in that jail for the first time, you know what I smelled? I smelled butt ass. Butt ass. It was so bad.
What? Girls' prison cell. Girls' prison cell? Smells like butt ass? What are the girls doing in prison? What the fuck?
I mean, the funk hit you like boom.
I knew I wasn't tripping. Why the fuck is it all this bread? Like, I'm trying to call my mom and
What
shit.
the
like,
fuck?
what's going on?
Hey, yo, pause.
What's your wildest subway experience?
I came from, I seen a pigeon get on for one stop and then get off on the next one. Like, you could have flew there, my nigga.
Don't ever fill me out of
The cat. You guys, I also saw a guy with a cat on his back the other day. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. The cat was just like, you know, going with him.
New York is an easy S tier. It's like Pennsylvania but better. They got everything. Connecticut.
I think Manhattan is a part of New York, right? I think Manhattan is like I think that's like the part where all the high buildings are. I think. I don't
Pretty
know.
uninformed opinion of this state is that it's basically one big suburb of New York City. Almost 100% residential detached family homes. Yes, they might have some of the most prestigious colleges in the world, but overall, it's generally like under-seasoned New York. It's like Timu, New York. For example, the famous staple pizza in Connecticut is essentially New York-style pizza, but without the cheese. Bro, that's like...
Bruh. No, where's the cheese? Where's the fucking cheese? It's not even under the sauce. It's not under the sauce. Manhattan is a city within New York City? Really? Oh, okay. Most densely populated geographically smallest of the 5 boroughs of New York City. Oh, okay. Oh, hello, Jaconic. Hello, welcome. Oh, what the heck?
Selling me a
Exactly, that's the best part of pizza.
car with no wheels. That's like a house with no roof.
Yeah.
I know you guys are kind of meant to be the cleverest Americans, but yo, taking cheese off pizza is seriously one of the lowest IQ moves a human could make.
Okay, I agree. Like, why? You could, even if you like take off the tomato sauce, that's better than taking off the cheese. You know, there are pizzas with different sauces. Why would you take off the cheese of all things? Or take the dough away? Like, the cheese is literally the best part.
This is the kind of thing they're proud of inventing. Connecticut's getting a low score, man. They can get a low C. Right, next up, Rhode Island. Firstly, ain't no fucking reason for this state to exist, bro. Rhode Island is like Delaware if they had tweakers instead of millionaires. It's like Delaware if the Biden family was only Hunter Biden. Rhode Island is really the outcast of New England. The unloved sibling. They got the worst potholes in the country, some of the most potent strain of tweakers in the country, one of the worst reputations in the country. I mean, I know they got Joey, but I think in a good timeline, the only Rhode Island we have on a planet is this one. Sorry, guys.
What?
You know where you go.
Greece.
Right, Massachusetts. In my eyes, this is a very decent state. Obviously, they got Boston, home to Harvard.
I like the name, Massachusetts.
Kinda. A city where everyone's got a silly accent. They eat lots of lobster. I've heard people are quite friendly in the same way Northerners in the UK are friendly, which is that they're also very mean, but they're also like friendly. It's hard to explain. Once again, like with Philly and New York, Boston was actually built by people that have some regard for cities being pretty and green and efficient and walkable and nice. But for some reason, everyone from other East Coast states seems to fucking hate Boston. I don't know why, but it's like they all for once come together in a unified alliance to just shit on Massachusetts.
Oh,
Egg and cheese in Boston. What the what are we doing here? Hey, look at the egg. A square slice of SpongeBob's ass.
Okay, he's right though. He's right though. What the fuck is that? Why? What the heck? I'll eat it though. I would eat it. I think I would eat it and I would enjoy it, but also it looks very goofy.
Aesthetic bacon is what I'm looking at for fucking $7.50. Fucking $8 for this
$7.50
for this fucking nightmare.
I guess a big negative about this state is the winters. But overall, Boston seems kind of like a Leeds or Manchester American equivalent. Pretty decent, but fucking cold. I do, however, have a sweet spot for that northern charm. I think it's the Swedish blood in me. So I'm gonna give you guys a strong B. Alright, now we're on to this top northern corner.
Oh my
and I don't know if
God.
this is controversial to say. Can we just consolidate this into one state? In a country where Texas and California exist, there ain't no
Dude, 39,425,000 square kilometers. They're like their own countries, actually.
no reason why New Hampshire and Vermont aren't at least smushed together. Anyway, I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly, as the probability that someone from Maine is watching this right now is like 1 in 5,000. However, Maine is definitely the coolest out of these, alright? They got spooky evil creatures and shit. They got serious lobster related economic prosperity. They got a fucking desert. They got hillbillies. And most importantly, my Scandinavian ancestors were out there way before, like 500 years before Columbus. Maine is getting a B. Hey,
Oh, I
like
didn't
a
know
good
that.
freaky evil spot like that, man. Hit me up if you got a ranch in Maine, bro. I need to visit. New Hampshire is basically a more boring version of Maine. Less freaky, less lobster. I was really looking for
Less
some
freaky.
fun facts or something about this state. I literally couldn't find shit. Please, New Hampshireans, comment if I'm wrong here, but you know a state is bad when you
Oh.
look up its fun facts, and the first thing that comes up is that they have around 1,000 lakes.
Oh no.
Boy, that ain't shit. Don't come to me, a half British, half Scandinavian man, and brag about your amount of lakes. If you're not Canadian, you are gonna lose that
2
one.
million.
Bro, you know how
I mean, Canada is huge too.
tiny of a population you gotta have to be under fucking North Dakota. You know how little citizens you gotta have to just minorly beat Wyoming? Oh nah, bro. All I could find
What's
about
wrong
these
with
guys is that they make some pretty mid ice cream, and they put
Ben and Jerry's. I don't think Ben and Jerry's is mid. I really like the what is it called? Cookie dough ice cream. Maybe to Americans it's not very special, but to me it's very special. I don't know. Superly expensive. That's true.
out an arrest warrant for George Bush because of the Iraq War, which is pretty fucking awesome. That being said though, you guys are getting a D like New Hampshire, whatever.
Oh.
On to the glorious Midwest, starting with somewhere I have a little history with, you know, everyone's favorite state, Ohio. They got
Ohio mention. Oh my goodness.
corn, they got I'm struggling. Ohio's kind of interesting because on one hand, they got the most dilapidated urban wastelands. On the other hand, they have these crazy rural Amish communities.
Yeah, this is what I imagine when I think of Ohio. I don't know. Ain't no way I got some Euro ice cream. No, you're right. I only buy Ben & Jerry's when it's like on sale.
Communities that are like America's version of the Sentinel Island uncontacted tribes. Truly a state with great variety. One thing I truly didn't comprehend about Ohio was how many fucking people live there. Somehow, it's the
They picked up a house and are just carrying it into a different place? Wait, that's so silly. What the heck?
most populous state. That being said, it's the only one out of
Look
the
at
top
them.
30 most populated states that has a declining population. That means more people want to move to Alabama than Ohio, bro. And for that reason, we could see Ohio lose its top 10 status in the future, which isn't surprising, seeing as it's apparently pretty common to find Ohio natives cosplaying as being from other cool parts of the US. Trust me, right? Go to the trendiest block in Brooklyn. Go to the most hipster coffee shop you can see. Go up to the guy with the suspiciously thick New York accent, the Yankee cap, and the hipster beard sitting at the window, faking reading a book. Ask him.
Not the performative feminist. Oh Oh my god, he's gonna sip on a matcha latte and have a labubu. Oh no.
Which borough he grew up in? 1000% he's gonna stutter a bit, look up at you with shame in his eyes and quietly mutter, I'm actually from Upper Arlington in Columbus, man, but please don't tell anyone. All that hate aside, I'm probably gonna end up ranking Ohio above some of the other Midwest states purely because it has the population, it has the big cities, the manpower, and it has a half relevant importance in terms of my career. So, you know, I gotta represent. Indiana. I'm sure Indianans will get angry at me for saying this one, but I think the state is pretty similar to Ohio, just more flat and more rural. And instead of having 3 big cities, they have 1. If anything, I guess it looks a little more aesthetically pleasing than some of the other Rust Belt states, especially if you fuck with corn. Unless you go north, where there is a almost entirely abandoned ghost town called Gary, a place so inhospitable that they just barricade the highway exit that goes to Gary. Anything to keep humans out of that place.
What the fuck?
I think in an old video I actually promised I'd visit
Ghost
Gary,
City?
Indiana one day. So it might be on the cards soon. We'll see. Either way, it's not looking good for Indiana, bruh. I'm sorry to do this, but right next to Gary, however, there exists one of the great American cities, Chicago, Illinois, home of the bean, Kanye, deep dish pizza. What more could you want from a city? Well, not
the Chicago pizza. Where's the fucking cheese?
A bit more, to be fair. Despite having 12 million people, this city has a completely inefficient, unreliable public transport network. Some of the worst neighborhoods in the Western Hemisphere. Fucking shitloads of pollution, all types, and in general, it's a pretty minging place. But that being said, the cultural relevance of Chicago can't be understated. The amount of music, art, etc. that's come out of here. I like how they make the river green on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's so silly. I like that too. The bean is also kind of silly.
To the amusement of actual Irish people. I like how they put cheese under the tomato sauce.
Where's the cheese?
Yes!
There's no cheese on it.
It's under the sauce.
Like, I'm Italian and this is hurting me.
It's from Chicago.
It's just sauce.
The cheese is under the sauce.
That's not enough cheese.
Cheese is under the sauce.
It's not enough.
But that's true.
I love that clip so much.
Chicago we're talking about. What about the rest of Illinois? I know it's very frustrating for Illinois citizens how everyone thinks their state is only Chicago. So I came up with a map labeling the entire state. First off, we got Abraham Lincoln's house. Then we got amphetamine abuse. Then we got the bean. And then we got corn. That should lay it out more fairly. I'm thinking low D for you guys at best. Then we got Michigan. Famously best tap water in the country.
What the fuck was that video? Why was that brown?
Famously least potholes in the country.
I bought 3 tires just in 1 week. It's to the point I don't
Oh
want to
no.
Famously one of the most prosperous and upcoming economies in the country.
Oh my god.
Famously beautiful, sunny, mild winters. Famously one of the most reliable, forward-thinking public transport networks in the country. Famously cuisine mecca, one of the world's prime locations for fine dining.
What is that? Oh, okay. It looks like a grape soda. I think I'll like that. I think is it as long as it's like fizzing, I will probably like that. But what is this, bruh? It is grape soda. That sounds good. Chicken gizzards? It just looks like raw chicken with no seasoning. Or not raw. It looks cooked, but like just like boiled, right? Is it just boiled chicken? Boiled chicken without seasoning? Oh my god. Oh, that's the dangy thing at the bottom of a chicken's beak? Okay.
Oh my god, man. Michigan is a mess. Cities like Detroit, Flint, they've almost reached complete meme status for just how...
Oh, it's a... Oh no. Oh wait, is it in the stomach? Okay. I mean, either way, it didn't look very, very seasoned.
bad they are.
Someone stole my fucking porch. I opened my door and fell. You can't have shit in Detroit. What the heck? Who? What the heck? Why is it? I feed my dog that. Oh my god. Okay, I see. That's real. No.
For example, right, Detroit was meant to get this big sign like Hollywood. This was the original plan they proposed.
Detroit.
And yo, this is what they ended up.
Bro, this is not a good font to do that. This is not a good font. This is, yeah.
Building. Bro, this state can't even build a small-scale infrastructure project without getting fucking roasted. It's crazy.
I don't know, man.
We about to get some shit. Now they done order us a sign off fucking Wish. I thought our sign was gonna look like Hollywood. That's probably why they put this bitch right.
What the heck?
We was about to get some shit. They really just hold us. Then gave us a sign in Times New Roman. And we just keeping it real. We ain't never hated. I think I seen a bigger sign at a graduation. Hey, man, we must have got these letters on a discount. We ain't blow too hard, fuck around and knock this shit down.
You know, some of those.
He is spitting, but like, the fact that there's a song about how terrible the sign is kind of insane.
Clear negatives aside, I gotta give it to these guys. They got some spirit, they got some soul, they got some good fucking energy, man. Plus, despite the state shrinking in population and influence recently, you gotta admit, bro, Michigan culturally is low-key more influential than all the other Midwest states combined. So many musicians, so many bands, athletes, inventors, they got everything, man. Bro, Germany straight up wouldn't have music if it wasn't for Detroit. You know that Berlin style techno music, right? That all Germans bump. Just get.
Okay, listen. I didn't think Germany was gonna be mentioned. I just assumed Germans are one of two people. I mean, I don't think so. Which are you? Guys, okay, here's the thing. No, I'm not on the right! But I'm also not on the left. I don't go outside. I don't go outside. Any confession? No, I'm not freaky like that. I'm not freaky like that. Really. I know what he's saying though. I get what he's saying. Do you know how to ride a bike? I know how to ride a bike, but I hate riding my bike. I think everyone, like, I feel like almost everyone in Germany knows how to ride their bike because at least at my school, you learned it at school as well. Like at primary school, you had to take like a bike test, actually. I'm not.
Who invented that shit? What the hell would depressed leather-wearing Germans do without Michigan, man? So I gotta give them a low C out.
They become VTubers. You have one and don't use it? Yeah, pretty much.
Of respect. Danny Brown is like my lifelong idol, bruh. They have to be above Illinois. Wisconsin.
No, they didn't teach me how to ride a bike in school, but you had to like take a test at school. Like it was kind of like a bike riding license kind of thing, I guess. But I don't think they really taught me. Like I don't remember that at least. But they did like what is it? They taught you like the rules of the how do you say that? They told you like about the rules of like, you know, the streets in general. How do you say that in English? I don't know. like you know how like when you take your driver's license, they also tell you like the driving rules, and then a lot of those rules also apply to like riding a bike, right? Because they are also like part of the traffic rules. Exactly. Driver's ed for bicycles. Exactly. Pretty much.
So, it sounds like it should be part of Canada. Wisconsin. You
Ooh,
know what I
what the
mean?
heck?
I also say that because back in the day, there was this poor dude from Wisconsin who'd never left the Midwest.
Also, when we did that, they read out, dude, I'm so sad that they did that. They read out like all the points from the whole class. like they read out who had the most points, because the people who had like more points, they got some sort of gift. And guess who got the least points out of her class? Guess who sucked at riding the bike the most? Yep. It was me.
Best before, until his family moved to fucking Birmingham, UK. I felt so sorry for that poor guy, bro.
Oh,
he was sat next to me in a load of classes, and I swear, the only thing I remember the guy fucking talking about was ice hockey, how I shouldn't use swear words, and hot dog eating contests. This guy put me on Joey Chestnut early, fam. In Milwaukee, I know they got that funny ass clap music, and that's the absolute extent of my Wisconsin knowledge. It's getting a low C for my OG, man. Shout out. Next up, Minnesota. Okay, I might sound a bit biased, right? But I think this is a state people are seriously sleeping on. It's got some of the best public services in the Midwest, maybe even in the US. Education, public transport, relatively low cost of living. People here are friendly as fuck. Yeah, they might have absolutely abysmal, unbearable, horrific winters, but they got you covered, okay? Minneapolis figured out the most American way to protect its citizens from harsh winters. You simply do not have to go outside. The cities in Minnesota are designed with indoor corridors going between buildings above the streets.
What? They're called skyways. That reminds me, I've seen like, have you guys seen the video of like a train in China going through a building? That's so insane to me. But I guess that's a bit more than just, you know, walking through a building. It's cool, actually. I guess it's shortcuts. But that's
so
very
effectively,
silly.
assuming you have a garage, you can go about your entire day and not breathe fresh air.
Oh, like that. Oh, that's what they meant. Oh, okay. So they go over the streets. Okay, got it. It is okay. Yeah, I guess that's cool.
It's a 4chan user's dream, bruv. This is American innovation at its finest. Something about this skywalk system is so satisfying to my brain. I fully want to visit Minneapolis just to walk around endless corridors for the entire day. I feel like that would give me ultimate peace. I actually think this is kind of genius, right? Because it solves the mall problem that the rest of the Midwest has. The reason so many malls in Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana lay completely abandoned and decaying is
I kind of want to walk through one of those. It would be scary, but it would be kind of cool to see.
Because people have no reason to drive all the way to a physical, non-food related shop and buy stuff anymore. And the idea of a mall is to rope customers of other shops into your shop through IRL marketing. A mall only works if people are walking through subconsciously browsing. Well, all these skywalks obviously have a lot of people walking through subconsciously browsing, and they put shops in them. It's perfect. And it means Minnesota skirts one of the big urban decay problems that every other Midwest state has. I actually think in a lot of ways Minnesota is kind of the best example of how a Midwest state can operate in 2024. But I have to admit, yeah, I do have a little personal bias for this state, right? They got hella Swedes. Nah, not those. I'm talking about Swedish restaurants, shops, cafes, inns, churches, a colossal IKEA, entire Swedish-speaking communities. I'm talking towns called Lindström.
Oh, I like that. Look, they have a huge teapot. That's so cute.
They got plaques commemorating the OGs. Their football team is called the Vikings. Oh my god, man. Plus this state has a load of Somalis too, so I know they're gonna have
Why is he winking? Why is he winking at
man,
us?
This state has gotta be an A. It's gotta be an A. Right, Iowa. Man, I do not know. I was looking up like good things about Iowa. Consistently one of the main pros seems to be that the traffic is great. There's no congestion on the roads. Yeah, maybe because there's no fucking people there. How can you have a traffic jam if there's 2 people driving down the highway? They do not have a city with more.
But it's not that flat though. It's not that flat.
Than 208,000 people. Literally all Iowa do is corn and Slipknot. That's it. I'm not definitively making this cool. I'm open to Iowans changing my mind in the comments, but for now, I'm sorry, man. Missouri, on the other hand, is like Iowa, but actually with some notable cities. Well, just about. They kind of just about scraped having both.
Wait! I was gonna say, Kansas City is in Missouri.
These cities. Firstly, St. Louis, the
What the
burgers
fuck?
look fabulous, the pizza looks god awful, but seems
Why do they count it like that?
St. Louis, the burgers look fabulous, the pizza look
Dude! Why do you cut the Why do you cut the circular pizza like this? What the fuck?
god awful, but seems like a half decent city, I guess. And then we have the city that these guys
You love that? I hate that because I wanna, I don't wanna touch the wet part of the pizza. I just want to touch also I really like the pizza crust. I want to have pizza crust. Also it just looks weird. It just looks weird.
straight up stole. It's called Kansas City, but it's in Missouri by about 20 miles.
What?
Bro, make it make sense. Why the fuck did Missouri get Kansas City? Surely this is unfair, man. Oh, yeah.
Oh, city founders derived the name from the Kansas Okaw River, which was named for the Kansas Indians. The state of Missouri then incorporated the area as the city of Kansas in 1853 and renamed it Kansas City in 1889. I don't know, man, but it's so silly. It's silly.
This state seems alright to me, but apparently a lot of people hate it. They got poverty, crime, decent bit of meth.
Yeah, city was created before the state, but why didn't they just name? Well, I guess it's because of the river, but why didn't they? I don't know. It has some sort of reason, probably.
Also, people like to state how it's a red state, a free Republican land, but they have these massive, insane jaywalking laws. Like, you have to pay if you get caught crossing a fucking road. Freedom, my ass, bro. You ain't got no rights. That being said, it has to be Iowa, so we'll give it a low E. And Kansas seems to me like Missouri, but with less meth and more good old corn. Yeah, corn is becoming a big theme with these states, isn't it? I don't know too much about Kansas, but I've been informed from some inside sources, yeah? Lawrence is apparently the spot. I've heard it's a cheeky little unexploited gem, so I would like to visit one day before it gets Austinified. That being said though, we're really getting into some Great Plains territory with Kansas, and obviously that comes with the dreaded twisters. Kansas is one of the worst.
Corn is top 1 foods ever. I mean, corn, I guess it's very you can do a lot with it, right? So that's pretty cool. But holy shit, this is so bad.
States in terms of tornadoes, and is currently under severe tornado risk as I speak. And bro, you're telling me I gotta risk my fucking life and my house being violently disintegrated into dust by the wind just to live somewhere that looks like this? You're fucking tripping, bro. The risk versus reward ain't adding up. You're telling me I gotta live in an endless astroturf field and my op is the air? I gotta beef with the air? Nah, that's crazy, man. Kansas getting a low D just because I want to think it's nicer than Missouri. And I do think the world should get together and make Missouri give Kansas City to Kansas. Nebraska. Oh man, this is where my boy Saul got banished to, man. I can't represent Gene Takovic, bro. Nebraska seems like one dull state. It's either corn or Omaha, and I can't say Omaha seems like the most fun city. This state is so boring. It actually houses some mammoths. Once again, people out here risking their lives.
But that's cool though, having mammoths, no? We in Tornado Alley now. Oh no. Kansas has the Wizard of Oz, and that's about it. Wait, but that's pretty cool. Wizard of Oz? Can't take conversations about actual corn seriously anymore. Hey, not that type of corn. Not that type of corn.
just to live in Nebraska, which seems even more boring than Kansas. So yous are unfortunately going to be getting a high F. I'm sorry. I know. Now on to the Dakotas, neither of which have a mill. So I'm gonna fly through them pretty quick because I highly doubt more than 10 people from either Dakota are ever gonna watch this. First off, you guys should just merge into one state, let's be real. I know
that's actually a lot of, like, that's not a lot of people.
some silly arguments back in the day. But come on, man, this would make way...
There's cities that have more people, but it's, you know, that's a lot. They must be very, like,
more sense.
Country-based.
North Dakota, they're literally just Canadians. They got Canadian accents. Winnipeg is their closest major city. They gotta deal with temperatures as low as fucking minus 50 degrees. North Dakotans are on average richer than South Dakotans, I guess. Yo, people are actually balling out here for some reason. 6th highest GDP in the country. I mean, it makes sense. You'd have to pay me a serious bag to live up in Fargo, bro. In North Dakota, they got the tallest structure in the USA. The only purpose of which is to make sure they have good TV signal, allowing brain-rotting talk shows to be just as enjoyable in Grafton, North Dakota as they are in New York City. If someone put a gun up to my head and said, I hate to do this, Leo, but you're gonna have to move to one of the Dakotas for the rest of your life with no chance of escape, choose one now or perish, I would definitely go with North Dakota for the reason that I was able to talk about North Dakota for about 20-30 seconds, right? I think with South Dakota, I got max 10 seconds.
Oh my god, no!
Notable thing about this 77,000 square mile state is that they got Mount Rushmore. That's it. All my notes on South Dakota are
Wait,
done.
but it is pretty cool. So this is meant to look much cooler. It is pretty impressive though. Like, look how huge they, you know, they just put in faces into a freaking mountain.
They are getting a medium to low E. Sorry. Right, well, that's the first half done. The East Coast, New England, and the Midwest have all been tier listed, and I'm going to emphasize this right. This isn't final. If you've got any hot takes about any of these ratings or any upcoming ratings, please put them in the comments, because I will actually genuinely make sure to read through all of them. I will be reshuffling the final tier list a bit, so make sure you tune in then in probably about 2 weeks or something. I don't know, we'll see. Peace.
Yay, we made it. Oh my god, I guess there's 3 parts in total. Okay, we have a lot to still watch. I had a lot of fun. I love learning more about this sort of stuff. I feel like I'm the type of person, I'm not really able to name all US states. I'm not that geographically smart, but yeah, that sounds pretty good. Which one was my favorite so far? Oh, I have no idea. Florida was pretty cool. That was right, the first one. Cause like they have Coke, they have Coca-Cola. They drink a lot of cola, and they are silly, I guess. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also subscribe to Geopold and like his video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye YouTube, bye bye.